just recap. So what was the summary? You had three basic formulas for finding moles. Four actually. Moles was mass divided by molar mass, moles was concentration times volume for a solution, and moles was volume of gas divided by 24 dm cube. ठीक है, तीन formulas there, and you had moles number of particles divided by the Avogadro's constant. That's how you convert a number, any number, into moles. Okay, so you had four formulas, and all you have to do in most questions is if you've got an equation, if you have the recipe, it's you find the moles of one thing by using ratios. You can figure out the moles of everything in the equation. So coming back to the questions, okay, this is the first one that we did. So let's try the second one. Now it's so let's try the second one. Okay, make sure you have a calculator with you. So he's saying calculate the mass of potassium sulfate that can be prepared from 3.45 grams of potassium carbonate. The potassium carbonate, uski mass jo hai na, that's given this one. He has already told you that this is 3.45 grams. So how can you find out moles? Moles is mass divided by the molar mass. So what is the molar mass in the periodic table for this? It's potassium is given as 39. Bada wala number jo hai na, that's 39. Carbon is 12, and oxygen is 16. Okay, focus on the bigger number. That's the molar mass. It's 39 times 2, I guess. Plus carbon is 12. Plus there are 3 oxygens, so 16 times 3. So calculator is pass it. Tell me how many moles do you have? Yeah. So what do we get for this? Anyone? Shoaib?
1 minute.
0.0246.
0.0246?
0.0. Yeah.
246?
Yeah, 0.0246.
So you're getting point. Hopefully you can see this. You're getting 0.0246 moles, right? So
Yes.
everything is 1:1. So that means all of them will be 0.0246 moles, right? It's 1:1. Nikale ko kya kaha? He was asking for potassium sulfate. So potassium sulfate will also be 0.0246 moles, right? So this will also be 0.0246 moles. So how do you calculate the mass of potassium sulfate? You're going to find the mass of potassium sulfate that you have the moles, which are 0.02.
Abdullah.
Sorry,
sir, I thought I was.
Space bar use कर लिया करो. Unmute होता है.
I'm doing the right.
This one. Okay, 0.0246 moles, right? Mass divided by molar mass. So you have to figure out the mass. The molar mass of potassium sulfate is K is 39 times 2, and sulfur, that's 32 in the periodic table, and there are 4 oxygens, so that's 16 times 4. So moles pata lag gaye, so you can find out moles equal to mass divided by molar mass. So mass nikal aayegi. What is the mass that we are getting? कितना है?
$97.91.
97.91.
92, sorry.
97.92.
Yes.
पता नहीं, मुझे एक सेकंड में चेक कर लूं. Calculations, hope it's fine. क्या था 0.0246 moles? 0.0246 moles. Everyone agrees with that, right? So it's SO4 होगा, that's 96 plus 39 times.
Yes, 97.92.
Into 0.0246, right? 0.0246. I'm getting 4.28 grams. ये क्या आया था? This is 174, right? this thing is 174, but this is 0.0246 moles, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but the,
Wait, no. When you multiply 174 by 0.0246, you get 4.28.
so you're gonna get 4.28 grams. Okay, so 4. I said make sure calculators with don't do everything in one go. Like calculate this 39 times 2 plus 32 plus 16 times 4, and then multiply by 0.0246. It's gonna be with the calculator. Is this fine? 0.0246 again. That's 3.45 divided by what? Use brackets in calculator. ठीक है, ये जो मैं brackets यहाँ पे add
That's
करूँगा,
correct. 4.28.
इसमें पहला because 78 plus 12 plus 16 with 3, that's 48. अच्छा नहीं, मेरा तो ये भी different आ रहा है. That's उसका second. एक second. Just hold on 1 second. अच्छा मेरा पहला वाला भी different आ रहा है. That's not coming out to be what you're getting. Let's hold on 1 second. That's the first one. I'm not getting what you're getting. That's 3.45. Actually, sorry, yours is fine. मेरा गलत है. That's 3.45 divided by 78 plus 12 plus 48. अच्छा मेरा exact, it's coming out to be 0.025. Mine is exact 0.025. देख लो क्या गलती कर रहे हो calculator पे. Don't make mistakes on calculator. For me, this is exactly 0.025. Can you do that again? ये जो moles है ना, that's exactly for me 0.025.
Yeah, I did it in one go. So now I'm getting 0.025 as well.
0.025 multiplied by वो क्या था? That's
1 divided by 1 multiply by 174.
4.35. ठीक है, so there's a minor difference, but that's 4.35 grams. So next one, ठीक है, make sure either put brackets in your calculator carefully if you're dividing 3.45. So calculator में what you're going to do is 3.45 divided by, put brackets. ठीक है, do everything in brackets. As a next question, what he's asking is calculate the mass of hydrogen iodide that can be made from 45.3 grams of hydrogen. So they gave us the equation और उसने कहा था कि ये जो है ना, this is 45.3 grams. वो कह रहे mass of hydrogen iodide. Find out the mass of hydrogen iodide. The first thing, remember equation moles में deal करती है. You have to find moles. Moles will be mass divided by the molar mass, which is, what is the molar mass of hydrogen molecule? That's 2. Because hydrogen होता है, that's 1. Yeah, hydrogen, that's 1. So H2 का जो molecule होगा, that's going to be 2. So how many moles do we get? That's what do we get? That's
22.65.
22.65.
so you're getting 22.65 moles, right? And this is 1:2. So उसके moles क्या होंगे? That's going to be double, right? मतलब this moles divided
2
by,
times.
हाँ वो double हो जाएगा. This moles divided by 1 into 2, right?
Yes.
So क्या आंसर आएगा? That's going to be 22.65.
45.6.
Will we add iodine to it as well, because we only found for hydrogen?
Any moles, देखो moles का ratio जो है ना, that's 1:1:2, right? उसके अंदर you don't have to worry about whatever this is. ठीक है, it's just के एक ये एक इसके साथ और 2 ये बन रहे हैं.
Yeah. Okay.
So moles के अंदर you just use ratios. हाँ, when you're trying to figure out mass, then automatically you have to include that, right? It's so इसलिए वो important नहीं है. It's just moles जो है ना, वो numbers का ratio है कि one of this reacts with one of this and it produces 2 of these. So 22.65 moles will react with 22.65 and will produce double the amount, okay, according to the ratio. So that's going to be 45.3 moles. तो अगला काम क्या होगा कि find the mass. कि moles is what? It's mass divided by the molar mass, which is so HI. What is the molar mass of HI? के उसके लिए open the periodic table. Iodine is over here. That's 127. और H जो है ना that's 1. तो क्या बना? That's 127 plus 1. तो 128 हो गया ना. So your mass of HI comes out to be equal to क्या आ रहा है? What is it?
5798.4.
570.
5798.4.
Isn't it 2HI?
Let me try this out. It's 128 multiplied by 45.3. Dude is fine. This is fine. नहीं ठीक है 5798.4. That's fine. हाथ clear है?
Yes, sir.
Is this there? अच्छा, so we've calculated this, right? We did this on the previous page. So just remember, okay, moles of one thing, you find out the moles of all the other things, whatever you're looking for, and then you can just apply the formula. Here's another question. A weak question, it's just asked in a different way. He's saying a petrol-powered motor car travels at a constant speed of 80 kilometers per hour. For every kilometer traveled, 108 grams of carbon dioxide are formed in every kilometer. So 1 kilometer it travels, right? So it produces how much carbon dioxide? It produces 108 grams of carbon dioxide. So say mass bata diye, every kilometer it produces this much carbon dioxide. So he says that the motor car travels 100 kilometers. The mass of carbon dioxide nikalo. So if it travels 100 kilometers, pretty obvious how much carbon dioxide will be produced. I could share this in the group. Email is share karti. I said, yeah, it's 1 kilometer, it produces 108 grams. So it's going to be what? 100?
Cross multiply.
Cross multiply 100 multiplied by 108. I mean, it's going to be cross multiply the thing. It's going to be x. You cross multiply, it's going to be x is equal to 108.
108.
It's going to be 108.
10,000.
10,800.
So it comes out to be 10,800 grams. I found out the mass of at least one thing in the equation. Okay, the amount of carbon dioxide that is being produced is 10,800 grams, right? Clear? Simple that 1 kilometer is not 100 kilometers produces. You just figure that out, right? Now he's saying what? I said now he's saying what is the mass of petrol burned by the car, assuming that petrol is 100% octane. ये मैं थोड़ा सा इसको translate कर देता हूँ because you haven't studied organic. He's talking about this thing. He's asking कि अच्छा ठीक है कि you've got 10,800 grams of carbon dioxide being produced. What is the mass of this is called octane? ठीक है? You don't know what octane is. I'm just telling you कि this is octane. I mean, you could have figured this out. Octane burns in air, so this is burning in oxygen. So this is octane. So he's asking you to figure out the mass of this thing, right? The first thing, you have to find out the moles of carbon dioxide. That's the first thing. So मैं इसको neatly यहाँ पे कर लेता हूँ. I need to find out the moles of. So I need to find out the moles of carbon dioxide. Okay, equation works on moles. So how do you find moles? Mass divided by, so I know the mass that 10,800 grams of carbon dioxide were produced. divide by the molar mass. ठीक है, moles is mass divided by molar mass. Molar mass क्या होगी? That's 12 plus 16 times 2. तो बताओ कि how many moles of carbon dioxide are we getting for this?
So 245.45. I guess.
0.25
No,
moles, right?
1 minute.
ये कितना ना? देख लें. Is this fine? Can somebody double check?
Yeah, yes, it's correct.
Yes, it's correct. No, wait. 4, 5.
4, 5.
Not 2, 5. 4, 5.
So it's 4-5 moles. So I figured
Yeah.
out. The moles of carbon dioxide. Okay, so I figured out moles of carbon dioxide. That's 245.45 moles, right? So ratios लगाना है because I need to figure out the moles of octane. क्या ratio है? It's 16:2, right? So how do I figure out the moles of this thing? It's going to be 245.45 divided by 16. या तो ratio लगा लो 2:16 तो x ratio 245.45 or you can just do the moles of this 245.45 divided by 16 times 2. So इसके moles क्या होंगे? That's going to be 245.45 divided by 16 times 2. Right? इसी तरह हम ratio लगा रहे थे ना कि it's moles of this divided by 16 times the other ones. So you'll find the moles of this thing. So I'm just going to neatly write it over here. Okay, moles of octane are 245.45 and divide by 16. तो क्या वैल्यू आई है हमारे पास?
7.670.
So we're getting 7.670. So this is right 7.67. So I've found the moles of octane. That's coming out to be 7 point.
Sir, is that 10 or 16?
Yeah.
Being divided by 245.45. Is that divided by 10, right?
16. वो यूं था ना कि 245.45 मतलब moles of this divided by 16 times 2. 16:2 है ना?
I'm getting a different answer. I'm getting 30.6.
244.45 divided by 16.
Can somebody else check? I think I got it wrong or something.
30.7. No, it is 30.7.
Okay.
Second, this is. I said this is 30.7. And this
Yes,
one
sir,
is
it's 30.7.
so this octane moles is 30.7. So it's I'm explaining this. It's yeah, the first part was that we figured out that there was 10,800 grams of carbon dioxide that was being produced. Okay. कल हमने किया था कि whatever happens, a moles question deals in moles, right? It's the equation that deals in moles. It's the ratio of moles, right? So if you found out 10,800 grams of carbon dioxide, you can convert that into moles of carbon dioxide. How many moles of carbon dioxide? Mass divided by molar mass. You get 10,800 divided by the molar mass of carbon dioxide. So I figured out that I had these many moles of carbon dioxide. So मुझे ना ये blue में ना I found out the moles of carbon dioxide. So once I found out the moles of carbon dioxide, 245.45 moles, he was asking me to find the mass of petrol. Now the equation deals in moles. You can remember equation में जो ratio है ना, that's moles ratio. Okay. So once I knew the moles of this thing, I used ratios. Okay, it's 16 carbon dioxide versus 2 octanes. 2 octanes produce 16 carbon dioxide. 16:2. So 245.45 moles divided by 16 times 2 will give me the moles of octane. ये क्लियर है? या फिर इसको एक्सप्लिसिटली रेशो कर लो कि C8H18 है और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है. What does the equation tell you? What is the ratio? It's 2 octanes produce 16 CO2s, right? And we figure out that I have how many moles of CO2s? I've got 10,800 grams, which converts to 245.45 moles. So उससे ना ratio लगा लो, you'll figure out, you'll cross multiply and you'll figure out that the moles of octane will be this much. ये clear है? लेकिन आसान काम है, बजाय इसके कि you actually do this, you just do this, that 245.45 divided by 16 times 2, you'll find the moles of this thing. ठीक है, और अगर मैं इसके मोल्स निकालने 245.45 divided by 16 times 18, you'll find the moles of this thing. So it's quicker, you don't have to actually do this. So once you found out the moles of this thing, it comes out to be 30.7. So now you can convert that into mass because the question was about mass. So mass कैसा निकालना है? Moles is 30.7 moles is equal to mass divided by the molar mass. So what is the molar mass of octane? Octane में क्या? It's 8 carbons and 18 hydrogens. So 12 times 8, carbon is 12. Remember that. And it's 18 hydrogens. So hydrogen जो होता है वो 1 होता है. So that's just 18. So 12 8 are 96 plus 18. कितना हो गया? That's 114, I guess. Check कर लो calculator में. So what is the mass that we're getting? And remember, use your calculators.
3499.8.
3499 point.
Yeah.
3500 कर लेते हैं.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
ठीक है, rounded to 3500 grams, right? 3499.8. ठीक है, it's going to round off to 3500 grams. So that's going to be your answer. अच्छा, so just remember this trick here कि the equation deals in moles, so you have to convert everything in moles. Then once you find the moles, then you want to find the mass, then you can apply the formula. Okay. अच्छा, now ये वाला कर लेते हैं. Calculate the mass of nitric acid. Nitric acid is NO. They've already told you that this is nitric acid. So वो कह रहे कि इसकी mass निकालो. Find out the mass of this thing. Okay, so you're supposed to find the mass of this thing. But remember, you'll do everything in moles. So okay, what is the mass of nitric acid that is formed from 100 grams of nitrogen? So iski mass दी हुई है. They told us it's 100 grams. So what I can do is I can convert that into moles. So mass divided by the molar mass. N2 जो होता है ना, that is in the periodic table N is 14. So it's going to be 14 times 2 or 14 plus 14. So what is 100 divided?
3.57.
3.57?
Yes.
So मुझे पता लग गया कि it's 3.57 moles, right? You guys remember first thing, everything should be done converted into moles. 3.57 moles. So you can now find the moles of nitric acid. So 3.57 divided by 1 times 2. 1:2 है ना? 1:2 means the moles of this thing will be double the amount. What is double this amount?
2 times 3.57.
So go.
7.14.
7.14 moles, right? So 1:2 है तो automatically double है, ठीक है? So it's 7.14 moles. Now you have the moles. Now you can find the mass. You know the moles? The moles is mass divided by the molar mass. What is the molar mass of NO? अच्छा, उसमें ये 2 बीच में डालने की जरूरत नहीं है. वो 2 जो था वो रेशियो था. You already put that in, ठीक है? वो 1:2 किया था ना. So when you remember this, when you're finding the MR, you जो coefficients है ना, you don't include them because that is the ratio. Okay, it's 1:1:2, right? तो उसका ratio से ताल्लुक है, it's got nothing to do with the molar mass. It's just NO, that's 14 plus 16. Nitrogen is 14, oxygen is, तो ये NO हो गया. And you can find the mass. What is the mass that we're getting? Can
214.2. 2.2, not 4.
0.2. So, clear है? Is this clear?
Yes.
अच्छा, so 14.2. अच्छा, ये सारी वर्कशीट ना मैंने भेजी, you have to complete this and you have to submit this. ठीक है, we'll try and go through all of the questions. अच्छा,
When is the due date? Like,
मैं post करता हूँ.
yes, tomorrow?
अभी तो time है इसमें because it's a long worksheet. It's a very long worksheet. It's got 44 pages. तो आराम से करेंगे अभी. अच्छा, calculating साथ make sure you do this. Try and complete this regularly. ठीक है, we're on question number 7 at the moment. Calculate the maximum mass of ethanol. Acha, ethanol is this thing. Again, I'm just telling you this is ethanol. Okay? Some of you might know it, but this is ethanol. So he's looking for the mass of this thing. So वो करेगा इसकी mass बताओ. That can be made from 1 ton of glucose. So glucose is this thing. Hopefully everyone knows this is glucose. Glucose का उससे क्या information दी? He's told us that it's 1 ton of glucose. That's 1 million grams. 1 million कितना होता है? That's 1 times 10 to the power 6 grams. मतलब million में, remember this, it's 6 zeros, right? अच्छा, so 1 million grams. तो अब ये निकालना है. First thing, convert to moles. How do you figure out moles? Moles is mass divided by molar mass. What is the molar mass of glucose? Carbon is 12 times 6 plus there is 12 hydrogens plus 16 times 6. Oxygen is 16. 180 banta hai. This is 180. So how many moles do we get? And you 1 with lamba choda number hoga, it's going to be what 1 exponent 6. 1 million divided by 180. क्या आता है? क्या किसी ने?
I'm doing, but 1 second.
5, 5, 5, 5, 5. It's long.
ठीक है, तो मतलब वो 5,555, right?
Yes, 0.56.
So 0.56 moles, right?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, so
5.6.
ठीक है. So it's 5,555 point बस वो 5 ही चली जा रहा है. ठीक है, so that many moles. तो निकालना क्या था? You had to figure out the mass of ethanol, but remember you first find out the moles of this thing. क्या ratio? It's 1:2, right? well इसका 1 है तो इसका 2 है. It's 1 glucose produces 2, so it's this one is going to be double this. Moles होंगे इसके, that's going to be double. तो double क्या होगा इसका?
1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 12.
अच्छा, so it's
5 times 1.12.
point 1 ही होगा.
12.
2 क्यों होगा? मतलब 1 ही आ रहा है ना आगे, so it's going to round off to 0. मतलब
Okay, sir.
हाँ, ऊपर की तरफ round off नहीं होगा.
Yes.
मतलब वो था ना
And
555.
it ends at 2.
Huh?
It ends at 2.
Are you sure? अच्छा नहीं, ठीक है, it's going to end at 2, right? नहीं, if you use this value, ठीक है, the actual value is not actually 0.56. It's this one is a rounded value. The value that you get on your calculator is it's trailing fives. It's 555.555. It just goes on. तो हमने round किया हुआ था ना, so if you double this, then you're going to get 2. Right? Noor, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So ठीक है, then 2 is also fine. It's acceptable. Achha, but anyways, that's the moles. It's 1:2, so this moles would be double. Achha, now it's easy. You have to find the mass. So you know the moles. It's 1111.1 moles is equal to mass divided by the molar mass. So what is the MR of this thing? Ethanol. That's 2 carbons. So 12 times 2 plus 5 hydrogens plus there's 1 oxygen, so that's 16, plus there is another hydrogen, that's 1. So this I think comes out to be 46, 24 plus 6, that's 30, 30 plus 16, that's 46, 46. So you times 46. So I'm getting 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
5 and then 4 times 1, 0.6.
End पे खैर है वो rounding की वजह से ना, so it's fine. So you're getting this. So is that clear? You got the mass of glucose, which was 1 ton. You divide by MR, you figure out the moles, and it came out to be this one. The ratio laga ke you figure out the moles of this thing. That's 1:2, so it's going to be double the amount. So the moles got doubled. You get twice the amount. Once you had the moles, you did mass over molar mass, and you were able to figure out the mass of this thing. But they're asking for the answer in tons, not in grams. How would you convert grams back to tons?
You would multiply, I think, because it's
नहीं, पहले हमने जब टन्स को ग्राम्स में करना था तो हमने क्या किया था? We multiplied by 10/6, right? जब आप बड़े की तरफ जाते हो ना
divide.
तो you divide, right? Like if you 1 meter and you want to see how many, like if you have 500 meters and you want to find out in kilometers, so you'll divide it by 1 kilometer, which is basically 1000 meters, right? तो जब आप
Yes.
बड़े की तरफ जाते हो, you always divide by the unit. So it's going to give you 0.5 kilometers. So अगर इसको tons में, if you want to convert this into tons, you're going to divide this by what a ton is. Ton is 10/6 grams. Okay, that's what 1 ton is. So 0.5 आ जाएगा, क्या आएगा?
Yeah, 0.5 and then 6 ones.
Okay. 3 significant figures. We just ended over here. That's it.
Okay, yeah, 0.511.
3 significant figures is fine. मतलब वो सारे decimals लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. Just 3 significant figures would be sufficient.
But
So is this
divided by how much?
divided by 10/6?
Oh, okay.
मतलब वो है ना कि just remember the conversion के whenever you want to convert anything into, you divide by the unit, right? कि अगर मैंने 60 को dozens में convert करना है, I'll divide what a dozen is. It's 12, right? So it's going to give me 5 dozens. If I want to convert something into kilometers, I've got 200 meters. So if I want to convert that into kilometers, so I'm going to divide it by what a kilometer is. A kilometer is 1000 meters, right? And that's going to give me 0.2. That's 0.2 kilometers, right? So जब भी किसी भी unit में convert करना ना, you divide by that unit. So they told us that if you want to convert it into tons, you divide it by what the unit is, which is 1 million grams, right? तो ये तो खैर वो math की conversion वगैरह थी आखिरी part ना, जिस तरह math में you get questions like this in math. अच्छा, let's do another one. ये equations वाला part we can ignore. Calculate the maximum. अच्छा, now the question is about, do you know what chlorine is? Is it a gas or is it a solid or is it a solution?
It's liquid. It's
chlorine is.
It's usually in swimming pools to clean them.
It dissolves in swimming pools, but chlorine is actually a gas. It's a
Oh yeah, I know.
it's a gas. I think it's uh, it's a yeah. यहाँ पर से बना हुआ हाँ ठीक है. So it's a greenish yellow gas. That's what chlorine is. So it's a gas. अब यहाँ पे ना he's asking for the volume of chlorine gas, right? Maximum volume तो ये कौन सा formula आ जाएगा यहाँ पे moles का? It's how do you find volume? So यहाँ पे ना volume of gas वाला formula होगा. It's because he's not asking कौन सा formula था?
Moles divided by concentration. Concentration divided by moles, I think.
नहीं concentration वाला नहीं. Concentration वाला was for solutions. You're not talking about a solution. You're talking about a gas.
24 decimeters.
Mole into molar gas volume.
24 deciliter. एक से नीचे से है.
Mole equals to volume of gas or
divided by 24 dm. It's this one, ठीक है. अच्छा, remember, इसमें भी volume है, but that's for solutions. That's not for gases, ठीक है. So ignore this one. When they ask you to figure out volume of a gas, it's this one. It's not that one, ठीक है. अच्छा, anyways, इसको quickly कर लेते हैं. So what is given? It's 175.5 kg of NaCl. NaCl is this thing. इसकी mass given है. It's 170. So you can figure out the moles. It's 175.5. अच्छा kg, it should be in grams. So grams में क्या होगा? 1000 से multiply कर लो, so it's going to be 175,000, right? तो ये decimal हटा दो. ठीक है, is that clear? Instead of taking this in kgs, I've taken this in grams. Mass जो है ना, remember your formulas are dealing in grams. You have to remember that as well. The formulas are dealing in grams. So you've got 175 kg, that's 175,500 grams. So divided by the molar mass. Molar mass क्या होगी? It's NaCl. That's Na is 23, Cl is 35.5. Periodic table में. तो कितने moles बने NaCl के?
3000.
Are you sure? 3,175.
Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Divided by 58.5. It's 3,000.
Yeah, it is 3000.
Okay, so you got 3,000 moles, right? So if you got 3,000 moles, how many moles of chlorine will be produced according to the ratio? It's 2:1, another 3,000 divided by 2 times 1. आते होंगे ना, अगर इसके दो हैं तो उसका 1 है. So 3,000 divided by 2 times 1. So it's going to be 1,500 moles, right?
Yes.
So you found out the moles of chlorine. He's asking for the volume of chlorine. So अब यहाँ पे ना you'll use that formula, which is वो जो gas वाला formula है. वो क्या था कि moles is volume of gas, gas का volume divided by, so it was divided by 24 dm cube, right? So you already have the moles. It's 1,500 moles of chlorine gas. उसका जो volume है ना वो निकल आएगा. It's only volume divided by 24 dm cube. So all you got to do is multiply 24 by 1,500. क्या बनता है?
36,000.
36,000.
Yeah, so the volume comes out to be 36,000.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Decimeter cube. Okay. So remember, the question is the same. You find the moles of one thing, you find the moles of the other thing by using ratios, 2:1. So 3,000 moles of this, so this would be 1,500 according to the ratio. The rest is you just figure out the formula. Okay, if you're calculating the volume of gas, what formula will be used for that? Just वो formula put करो, you know the moles, you plug in the moles, you just multiply by 24 dm cube, you figure out the volume. Clear है ये question? Clear है?
Yes, sir.
मतलब कोई इशू तो नहीं है इस क्वेश्चन में, is that clear?
I'm trying to find 1500, but 1500 we got from the mole, from calculating the mole, I know, but
The ratio से आया था ना, it's 2:1, right? So you had 3000 moles of these. तो इसके moles के साथ देख लेंगे, 3000 divided by 2 times 1. 3000 divided by 2
okay.
times 1. या वो रेशियो लगा रहा हो, 2:1 है तो 3000 रेशियो x है. You figure out what x is, right?
Okay.
तो ये क्लियर है क्वेश्चन? तो ये वाला अगला वैसे सेंड कर देना मुझे, वैसे सॉल्व करके ना, ये व्हाट्सएप पे सेंड कर देना. क्वेश्चन नंबर 9. Should I do this one? और इसको ना
तो ग्रुप पे ही सेंड करना है.
ग्रुप पे सेंड कर देना, स्नैपशॉट, ठीक है?
ओके सर.
ये मैंने तो भेज दिया. क्वेश्चन नंबर 9 है वो वर्कशीट है, क्वेश्चन नंबर 9.
ओनली क्वेश्चन नंबर 9 और अदर 2.
चलिए ठीक है.
ठीक है. लाफिज.
एवरीवन.
Love
Okay.
is
Allah Hafiz.
recording. Will the recording be uploaded for recording for yesterday's class? Will it be uploaded today?
मैं भेज देता हूँ, वो होगी अपलोड, ठीक है? पोस्ट है, ठीक है?
Okay. Thank you. I love.